C language has a inbuilt operators. Operators basically perform the operations on operands. We know that, right? Operators, which we use for actually manipulating the data and then variable content, right? So that is what I think today's topic. Welcome, guys. Thanks for joining. Welcome to Maths Bridge. We shall continue our C programming learning. Okay, we are actually part of a slogan called a train and learn. We train, you will get an opportunity to learn. Okay, without further delay, let's get started. Folks, please do visit us at our YouTube channel Maths Bridge. I'm sure I think you are already subscribed to the channel. If you have not, please do subscribe the channel and then support us. Thank you and then happy learning. Here is our today's agenda. Let's look at arithmetic operators. We have plus, minus, star, division and percentage, right? Plus means like adding two operands, right? Plus is an operator which operates on operands. We require two operands, right? A plus b, a minus b. Like subtract also same, like second operand, subtracts a second operand from the first operand is what it is, like num1 minus num2, right? Something like that. Multiplication again between the two operands, it multiplies both operands and produce the output. Division is also same, numerator divided by denominator, right? This is called a modulus operator. That means like the returns only the remainder. Okay, so these two are actually is kind of like an important for us for solving certain problems. These are like a kind of a binary sort of operands. We require two operands. There is increment and decrement. These are called a unary operators. These are basically like increasing by one. What are the variables that we do post increment and pre increment. So if you see that like worked out problem here, in this case I have a two numbers declared as an integer assigned each one of them like certain value. Here in the case 200 and 100. Now I'm trying to do like all arithmetic operations. In the first statement I'm just trying to add them, num1 plus num2. The return is actually you have a sum, right? The sum 200 plus 100 is like 300, right? So the output you can see here, addition operation gives 300 because adding of num1 num2. Subtract num1 minus num2, so you are subtracting 200 minus 100 remains 100. That's your resultant. Multiplication means like your 200 multiplied by 100. Two operands are multiplied together to produce the output, right? That's what your math operation. Division, otherwise a slice 200 by 100, it means like a 2. Modulus is like a remainder. So when I say 200 by 100, what would be the remainder? Because 100 times 2 is like a 200, so leftover is 0, and hence your modulus operation returns 0, right? So this is very, very important for us. So in addition with that, I also included like unary operators like an increment and decrement operator. Plus means like increased by 1, minus means like increased by twice. So if you see here, I did like plus 1, so 200 becomes 201, 100 becomes 101. Once I incremented, I am now decrementing back to original value. So this is how arithmetic operations are going to help you. I hope you are clear, right? It's much easy because day in day out we've been working on these problems, but now programmatically we're explaining with different dimension. All right, let's see my screen. I have a arithmetic sample program is written already here, which I captured as a screenshot in previous slide. What we will do now is actually we are going to compile and run this program. See like are there any errors? Okay, good. Actually I was able to compile, and I could also see like an output, right? What we do like now, we can just make a modifications and then see how it works out. See, line number 8 and 9, what it says like you declare the variable and you assign. Declaration means like int num is nothing but a declaration. If you assign the value to it, is nothing but a definition. right? That is how you have to differentiate between the declaration and definition. So you can first declare them as a num1 and num2, right? And then you can assign the values. So there is no difference. Both ways you can do. But only thing is the declaration has to be happened at one time. You don't need to actually redo, int num1, num2 every time that you need it. So one time declaration, many times that you can use the same variable. Okay, because this is a modifiable variable, means like you can modify the value, you can update the value, okay, you can reassign the value, things like that. So if I can compile this, code and run it, it produces the same output. So this basically demonstrating you stating that there is no real change between the previous line and current line. All right, that's one thing that I wanted to say. Now let's look at a case by case. Okay, maybe from the readable to point of view, I'm going to give like a little space here so that I see. Plus and minus both actually requires two operands. So operator is plus, operates on two operands and then give the sum. In computer programming architecture, if you see, this is basically used by the ALU, arithmetic logic unit, which is where I think num1 num2 is going to be computed as a addition operation and then gives the result back to you. Okay, if I would wanted to change this value, you feel free to change it, let's say 50, and then make this is like in a 30, right? So you can see the a different output. Now you could guess and then let me know. I will compile this paste and then just see the output. So 50 and 30, if you add them, is 80. So I got like 80 as a plus operation. Subtraction num1 minus num2. So you are subtracting 2 from 1, means 50 minus 30 is a 20. So you get the 20, right? Your computation versus like what program produced the output, both looks like same, right, for me. Now there is a multiplication. What that means, like 50 times 30 is 1500. I'm getting the same thing. So you have to understand that division after written, modulus after division means when you divide, coefficient is what you get it at 50 by 30. How many times 30 would go into 50 is one time only. So that's why the division gives like a 1. But the remainder is how much? 30 times 1 30, so 50 minus 30 is like a 20, so remainder is 20. So modulus operator basically returns a remainder which is leftover value is like 20. I hope you are clear, correct? Now what we have to see, increment and decrement operations. Increment decrement has a little magic here. So in order you to understand this, you could also think of writing different way. This whole statement can be written as a num1 equal to num1, how do you say, num1 plus 1. Okay, so this whole statement can be written like this too. Okay, there is no real difference. If I can comment this and then compile the piece of code, if you can concentrate on that one line item that you see, if I have 50, that I am incrementing like a 51. If I have 30, I am incrementing like a 31, right? This is what I am getting. If I can subtract is also same, num1 equal to minus minus num1. You can written this as a num1 minus 1. Okay, this whole part can be written like this. Num1 equal to num1 minus 1. You could also write the same way. So here I'm using like a C++ compiler to run the C program, and hence my comments are accepted. Otherwise you better do like a practice of using C style comments to avoid the confusion. Got me? Excellent. So let me recompile it. So what is the problem that I'm getting here? See, because I missed the semicolon. Now if I can compile, great. See, I get the same output. Do you understand now how the plus, minus, multiplication and division and modulus operation works? and also like an increment operations and decrement operation, increment by 1 or decrement by 1. So you can just make a modifications according to your requirement, and then you still started exploring this concept, learn better. I hope this concept is clear. Okay, thank you. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, click on bell icon, and leave the comments. Happy learning. Thank you. Stay tuned to upcoming sessions.